welcome back to J.P.'s World of Wrestling. I am your man J.P. and the purpose of this video is because, well, there's several reasons. I got an idea of a type of video that I kind of wanted to explore, but it really depends on you, because I've decided to do a Q&A, which means you can submit questions for me, or if you want to get my thoughts on something. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be wrestling related, but also let's keep it lighthearted, no politics, and let's keep it, happy and uplifting and, fun, and, it can be movie related or Gen X-y or something like that, or, or if you want to bring up a subject that you'd like me to talk about on this channel, you can also do that. And, the sky's the limit, but like I said, no politics and no, saying bad things or, tearing other people down or whatever, because this is completely up to you. You've probably noticed that the videos that I do are becoming fewer and far between. And the main reason for that is, number one, I'm just super busy. I've got a full-time job, and I don't always have time to post videos. And another reason is, I'm just running out of stuff to talk about. I've covered a lot of pay-per-view events, and, those don't really go over too well. And the times when I do get a lot of views is when I start talking about figures, like LJNs versus Hasbros and whatever. Those seem to go over well. But my collection is not huge. I'm still rebuilding. So, and I don't really get a lot of opportunities to go and purchase, figures. Mostly because right now, my wife and I are still trying to play catch up with some bills. And we are trying to... There's a couple things we have planned over the summer that's going to require, some coins. So, which means I don't really have the funds to just buy figures. So, for right now, I'm just still trying to come up with stuff to do, stuff to talk about on this channel for you. So, I'm going to leave it up to you. Leave any questions you have for me. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Or, like I said, if you just want to get my thoughts on something, or, whatever. The only thing I ask, like I said, nothing too heavy, no politics, and that's it. So, other than that, let me hear it. Let me hear what you want me to talk about, and I will do my best to answer those. And I do want to address something that one of you commented on one of my more recent videos, that you wanted me to do stop motion videos. And I think it was when I did the unboxing of that Temu wrestling set. Well, I thought about that, and I just happen to have it right here. And the only problem with that is these figures, they don't move at all. That's it. And most of them are in these terrible non-functional, non-usable poses. So that's something I did. It really wouldn't look very good. It just wouldn't look very good at all. So that's probably not going to happen. That's just kind of the way it is. Plus, those figures are like way too small. Even if the limbs did move, like my hands are too big to use them. So I really just got it for a novelty, something I could open up on the channel. But honestly, I'm never going to play with that or use it or anything. I have one that's still in the box, that's still in the package, that I might try to sell for a couple bucks. But apart from that, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So, yeah, like I said, Q&A coming up on the next video. I'm going to try to do it next week. Tuesdays are usually my day off, so if I do ever do videos, usually done on Tuesday. Today happens to be Tuesday. So, if you have questions or comments, leave them below, and on the next video I will address them. Apart from that, that's going to do it for this video. So if you're new, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.